Welcome, Chuggalos, to day 20 of the Brew Crew Podcast Advent Calendar Spectacular. I'm your host, Mike, and once again, I'm joined by Chuggalo Mikey. Chuggalo Mikey, say hello to the people.
Hello, people, again. I'm back.
The important thing is, I think I cut it off, but that's all right. Skype has a long time, like it says start recording. Sometimes it lies, and then sometimes it actually starts.
I think we got it.
I think we nailed it. Hopefully, knock on wood. Today we're drinking Singlecut. I'm an Alligator, which is a double IPA or an Imperial IPA, and I'm going to go into that later, but it rings in at an 8%. As you can see, both Mikey and myself are dressed for success tonight. Oh, yeah. Mikey's just coming from work, so don't think he's going to go save lives tonight.
No, I just got home.
He just got home, and I just got home too. We got home from different locations. I got home from a bar. Mikey got home from saving lives.
I don't know about that, but I did get home.
So just a little bit of background. Singlecut is out of Queens, New York. So finally a new state. You can find out more about them from Singlecut. Drop that www nonsense. Singlecut.com. They don't have a lot of about us, so I don't know when the brewery started or anything. Their website's pretty plain Jane. They have a lot of what you would expect: IPAs, sours, things that are selling, so they're in the business of making money. So that's important. The one thing I did want to talk about is, and I was going to ask Chuggalo Mike about this, do you know the difference between an Imperial and a double? And while you think about that, let's go with the crack.
All right, let's see.
This can is ready. This can gets a lot of points for being ready. So
all right, counter down.
3, 2, 1.
So, in my understanding, an Imperial and a double are the same thing in my head. So you enlighten me.
I'm glad that you are smarter than I am, because I wouldn't have been able to tell you the difference. I would have thought that an Imperial is a trumped up IPA in alcohol, and a double is similar, but I would have put an Imperial above a double. But it's all in the marketing, folks. So the important thing is the Brewers Association defines an Imperial IPA with one that's color is straw to light medium amber. And I knew I was going to bring this up. I didn't know until about 5 minutes ago that Mikey was going to join. So look at that color. That's a straw to medium amber. It's 6% to 8.4%, which this beer falls in that, being at 8%, with hop aromas and flavors that are very high but not aggressively bitter. So it's a sweeter one. You would see this more in the IIPAs than you would see it in IIPAs. Among the brewers' consensus is that a double IPA is an IPA with amplified aromas, flavors, and alcohol. So it's all arbitrary there, because the alcohol falls in that 6.6% to 8.4%. So another differentiation is a double is uniquely American. So this is going to get into like a whiskey versus bourbon. So bourbon is produced typically in Kentucky, and it has a corn mash that's 51% or more. So again, a double is a strictly American style of beer.
Very interesting. All right, I learned something new today.
Well, you knew that doubles and Imperials were the same thing. I thought there was more of a differentiation. All it sounds like is it's arbitrary and where it's made. So you'll never get a double outside of the United States.
Yeah, like I said, I always thought that was a marketing gimmick. Like they like to call this. I think this one's a double dry hop, so they like to call it a DDH. So
yeah, DDH is definitely something that I've called beers before. And a dry hop versus a wet hop is just it's a part of the operation of order. So like mathematic problems, but instead with beer, it's just when you hop the beer. And with how much time left in the cook.
Maybe I do know what I'm doing. See, it says right on this can, it says, drink in a wide mouth glass. Oh, there we go. See, I suppose it's backwards for you guys. $6.
I always drink with condoms on, so I was at the bar today, so I was going to tell you this.
I got them, but sometimes it's just better without them.
It's always better without them. So I had the most carbonated beer I've ever had in my life today. I checked it on Untapped. So if you want to follow us on Untapped, because we've got a lot of spry comments on there, I'm Digital Bather, just how it sounds, and he's Tortured Sword. So we check into a lot of stuff. I'll throw the information on there because people are like, how can I follow the beers that you drink but off these little short episodes? Because believe it or not, I drink more than one beer a day. That sounds odd, but during a calendar or whatever during the year. So, but again, Digital Bather, he's Tortured Sword. And the most carbonated beer I've ever had, it was a pastry sour, and I could only have like 2 or 3 sips at a time because the reaction it was causing.
That's crazy to hear because me and you, we tried to make beer once, and that was really carbonated. You want to know? It was so carbonated, those bottles exploded. And then we tried it, and it was just all fizzy. Like, that's all you could taste. So there's got to be a delicate balance in the brewing process when you're trying to carbonate something. Because, if it gets over-carbonated, your bottle will just explode. And I guess that's bottle conditioning, but...
And that's the thing. It was in a can, so I was like, oh, okay. But, like, the bartender gave me what was on tap, so it gave me a Youngblood. It was a Youngblood beer. Youngblood's out of the southern part of Wisconsin. The lager was ho-hum or whatever, but I was like, I really want this pastry sour because they didn't have a lot of diversification in their offerings. They had a lot of Pilsners, sorry, Stacy, Kolsch's and all that, but they didn't have anything like a sour.
Yeah, you'd go right to that damn sour, wouldn't you? All the time. And I'm looking at this this website. It looks like they got a bunch of sweet offerings here, and this is I'm an Alligator.
I'm an Alligator, and so for a double or an imperial, as we found out, it's very similar. It just depends on where it's from.
Yeah, this one says smooth, juicy, tropical stone fruit. I don't know if I know what a stone fruit is, but
I think it's a make-believe fruit.
Yeah, sounds about right. And then a touch of our signature dank weed.
So what it says, look that up.
And this one says 8.2%, but this can says 8.0. So yeah. I'm interested.
Do you think like variations in their recipes?
Yeah, maybe it's a yearly thing. Maybe they haven't updated their, probably 2019, 2020 versions can vary from a little bit.
And the one thing that I'm always about, like websites, I want to take away the essence of what the brewery is saying. This brewery, it's short and sweet. It says mastery knows no shortcut.
This is I'm going to continue reading this stupid thing. It says mega dry hopped because the spiders demanded it. Formerly cold fire. What the fuck does that mean?
It's just a cockamamie, like, what is going on with this beer?
It says weird and Gilly's big brother. Like, this is just random words now. Okay, cool. I like it.
Yeah, if there's a couple, like, I know Tabor's big on New York brewers, like, but if you think about it, like, when you think about, like, flagship beers, outside of Omegang, I can't think of a flagship beer from New York. So Omegang is widely known.
Yeah, I mean, for how big New York is, you'd think I would have tried more New York breweries. But when you said New York, I was like, I'm not really sure I have much from New York, that I can think of. You think of like good beers. You're thinking like Decorah, Iowa, or like Comstock, Michigan, or something like. You're like, where? I guess I don't. Yeah, there's not any one around here anyway. Maybe we're too Midwest. I don't know.
Yeah, and like, and JT will tell you, like, Omegang's not even in the populated part of the state. It's in the western part of the state. So it's interesting because, like, are we just too far away? Like,
yeah, maybe
we drink California beers, we drink Oregon beers, and they're further away from us than New York is.
Yeah, we got like we're kind of secluded from the East Coast or something. I don't know. Maybe we got to go check it out. Take a road trip.
Yeah, because the only time I've had New York beers, like Project Black or Black Project, that's the big one that I've had in multiple Tabor boxes, and that's out of New York City proper. But outside of that, I can't name any other.
There's got to be, like, there's 10 million people there. There's got to be a boatload of breweries, unless they're all wineries. I don't know. You think they're into that? Maybe they're all drinking seltzers. New York.
Yeah. They're just there aren't no laws when you're drinking the claws. So to this beer, it doesn't do anything new. There's nothing at.
It's pretty standard double. I mean, if you had this back in the day, there was no such thing as a standard double, but it is now. It is now.
So here's the last question I have for you. So you're drinking, like for me, like a Truth. A Rheingeist Truth is 7.2, and it's a single. You're having
It's
this.
7.2. Wow. Okay.
You're having this, and it's a double at 8%, but it's a bigger can. So we didn't say it. This does come in a pint can.
I think yours has the same dent mine has on it.
Is this worth? Oh yeah, look at that. Yeah. Is this worth going up 4 ounces for 0.8% more alcohol? And this doesn't do anything, like hypothetically. Like, is it worth going from this, or is it, just stay with your single IPA? So that's where my battle is right now with this beer. Like, where would this fit into my repertoire, my typical drink?
Sure. I see where you're coming from. I'm a big fan of this one though. So I'm gonna say I might almost drink this over a Truth or something.
Well, that's the end of this episode. We're losing connection. I just didn't hear what was going on.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. That one's I like my hazies. These are really nice. I like this one.
Yeah. So go ahead, continue your score. Yeah.
So I'll go from the bottom rung. I know Matt likes to go way up top. So but it's still a big one for me. I'll do a 4.5 on this one. Lovely. Wow. It's fantastic. I would crush all these until I tipped over.
So I'm just gonna say my scoring parameter on this one. So for 0.8% and 4 ounces more, am I gonna get this in something that this, I feel like the gravity with it, I feel the ABV to it a little bit more than I drink at a 6.5 or a 7, in there. So just like a percent less. Off the top rope, it's not a bad beer, but does it fit like into so there's nothing substantial about it. It's just trying to be an imperial or a double IPA, and it succeeds at that. So now maybe I'm unfairly comparing it against some of the singles that are widely proliferated where I live now, and is in Ohio. So off the top rope, I'm vacillating between two scores. Off the top rope, I give this a 4.0. I know it sounded like I was going to come down and off the top rope, really, really destroy this beer. It's a great beer, but what does it offer me with that double and that increased gravitas with the name or whatever? And I don't think it's a lot, but like if I give Chuggalo Mike here a 6-pack of these, I'm guessing it's a tall boy. It comes in a 4-pack. He's having a good evening.
Heck yeah. But yeah, this one, I mean, it's almost like like I said, when these first came out, like Pliny the Elder type things, like this just reminds me of one of those that's a double. It's good. I like my hazy stuff.
Pliny's not a hazy though, thank goodness.
Sure.
Because that's a mark of a good beer. Is it hazy or not? Can I see through it?
I like to not see through it. See through nothing. All hazy.
Yeah, and we just talked about that yesterday or whatever. We're like that was like an orange juice or whatever, a breakfast beer or whatever. This is much more of an evening beer.
Yeah, and then like I said, those kind of are it had the little fruity tang or something to it, but it's kind of similar. I think I'd give this above notch. What mine one yesterday was 4.25.
Yeah,
and you were at 4.5, so I think this one's a little better than the other one. So that's where we're at. Can't win them all.
You're crazy, and that's why we do this, because we don't agree, and it's important that we don't agree, because then everyone's like, oh, I just have to listen to the one individual. I don't have to listen to.
We can just watch Matt all day. It's fine.
Yeah, you don't want to watch me all day. You want to listen to Stev or Mike or Svil or, God forbid, JT. JT's got some things.
Wow, the daggers.
Did you see on his? Did you see on his comment or whatever? This is, we're gonna end it soon, but he wrote like FOMO or FAFO. It's like fuck around, find out or something. I had to Google it.
Okay. All right. I've heard that term. I thought
I said something terrible.
I didn't know it was an acronym, but I do now. Thank you, JT.
I didn't. Yeah, no, he was going to attack me with nunchucks or something.
Perfect.
But, all right, folks, that's day 20. We have 21, 22, 23, 24. 4 beers after this.
Okay. 4 more, so, not too many left.
Cheers.
Cheers.